Welcome back to Grady Newsource Political Report. Tonight, we bring you live coverage of the historic Senate runoff between incumbent Democrat Senator Raphael Warnock and challenger Republican Herschel Walker. But before we check in with our live teams, let's take a look at the latest numbers we have right here. We've got about 18% of the precincts reporting, with Senator Warnock still up ahead at 53%. Herschel Walker is down at 47%. Again, that's about 18% of those precincts reporting. So now we're going to go back and check in with our live teams, starting with our third team here in Athens. Joining us now is Jenna Monin from Little Kings, where the Athens Democrats are hosting their own local watch party. Jenna, what's going on there? Tell us about this event.
Really, there's a really lively crowd of about 20, 30 people behind me, and they're enjoying some slices of pizza and getting some drinks at the bar and just really anxiously awaiting some of the first results from this Georgia Senate race. So I'm excited to talk to people throughout the night and learn more about why they voted for Warnock and what issues drove them to the polls.
Thank you for that update, Jenna. Our team did reach out to Athens Republicans of Clark County, the University of Georgia College Republicans, and other Republican organizations in the surrounding counties to try and provide you coverage of the sponsored watch party events. These organizations said they had no such events scheduled. We're now going to head over to the Warnock headquarters, where Ashley Valsavias had the opportunity to speak with Jason Carter, grandson of former President Jimmy Carter. Ashley, what did he have to say?
Thanks, Sydney. Here at the Warnock campaign, it's probably louder than last time just because more people have been filing in. Now, earlier, just a few minutes ago, we heard from 3 local Atlanta religious leaders: Reverend Reginald Jackson, Rabbi Joshua Lesser, and Muslim leader Imam Clement El Amin led in prayer, setting a celebratory and positive tone for the people here in the crowd. Now, earlier I spoke with Jason Carter, who is former President Jimmy Carter's grandson, who is also a former state senator and Democratic nominee for Georgia governor in 2014. We talked a little bit about the history of the Democratic Party in Georgia, how we used to be a blue state, then red, and now we're in the state of purple. Here's what he had to say about it.
I think you have a variety of things going on that cause it to be purple, right? You've got rural-urban dynamics, you've got racial dynamics and other demographic changes that are going on. You've got young folks that are coming up and generationally getting engaged in different ways. And I think that it's a good thing that we have this real robust dialogue, right? A single-party state is not going to be nearly as good at making policy as one that engages in a robust dialogue. So I think the fact that we're a purple state gives us some attention, it gives us some practice.
For that update, Ashley. We're now going to head over to the Walker headquarters, where we have Grady Newsource reporter Spencer Pipkin. Spencer, what's there?
Hey, Sydney. So we've been monitoring results from Herschel Walker campaign, what they've been telling us, as well as the Secretary of State. As of a few minutes ago that I checked, there's about 49% of the votes in Georgia, and Herschel Walker was trailing by a little less than 80,000 votes. Now, it's important to remember, a lot of these early dumps are from early voting. Now, there's a shortened early vote period, but in Fulton County alone, they had 184,000 people turn out for early voting over this brief holiday season. So we could be looking at, very interesting, but a lot tighter of an election than people think. Recent polls, as you've seen from the Real Clear Politics, have this race neck and neck. So we're going to be monitoring those results for you here.
Thank you for that update, Spencer. Before we go, we're joined in here by in-studio reporter Maddie McCaffrey to give us some insight on how these early voting have impacted the races.
Thanks, Sydney. So according to the Georgia Secretary of State's website, in this year's Senate runoff, there were 1.8 million early voters. Comparing this number to the 2021 runoff, there were 3.1 million early voters in that runoff. So it's looking like today the in-person voter turnout might decide who is our next senator from Georgia. Back to you, Sydney.
Definitely interesting to check that out. One last time, here's a latest look at the latest results we have here. Going to get those graphics up here in a minute. There we go. We've got about 18% of the precincts reporting. Senator Warnock is up at 53% of the votes. Herschel Walker's down at 47%, but we're not going anywhere anytime soon. We're going to be checking back in with you on these live updates with these live teams, giving you the updates on this pivotal Senate race. So don't go too far. Join us now at 8:55.